So it's all for play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Hi, villains, and welcome to the very first Teamsheet Tantrum of the season. I don't know about you, but number one, my camera's facing the wrong way, but I'm fucking buzzing for this. Can't wait to see what team is announced. Can't wait to see what charges Dean Smith puts out today. I think there's going to be some sort of a surprise, and I think we might see a very youthful player take up a position in the middle of midfield, but we'll keep that for later. Paddy, how are you doing? You're back in more familiar surroundings today. I can see your background is a bit more familiar to me anyway.
Yeah, I'm at home. Yeah, I've been away all week, so it's nice to be home, but running around all morning in order to get everything done for it to be ready for 1:45 today. So I can just sit down and relax now and enjoy the game, and that's what I'm looking forward to. It just seems like, I know it's not really that long, but it just seems like forever since we had a game of any significance. So looking forward to getting into it again.
I had a guy text me this morning, Paddy, and said to me, I'm after seeing Villa shirts in Elvery's on the Headford Road here in Galway. For any of you people who are Galwegians or in Ireland will know the Headford Road. And I went, oh, Jesus, brilliant. I'll go in. So it was about 9:15. I said, I'd go in. I had ordered the shirt, the shirt, but it was in that, the time that code was out that some of you may or may not know about, and it was cancelled. And I just hadn't got around to ordering another one. And I said, great, I'll go in, I'll get new shirt, new season, everything. And I went in, and they were only there in extra small. So to that person that texted me this morning, I love your optimism, but no, not quite there yet. Not quite there yet for the extra small jersey, unfortunately. So, but I do like. I am flattered that you think I might have fitted into it. So anyway, less about me and less about my my fashion mishaps. What's the crack, Paddy? What do you see envisage any issues today, or not issues, I suppose, but do you envisage any surprises today? We see a lot of people, a lot of familiar faces that were training again this week. What do you think the team sheet is going to look like for today?
I think we have to see surprises, I think, because we have to see enforced changes, because we're not going to have Ollie Watkins for a start. I doubt Leon Bailey is up to a start, so I don't think we're going to see him lining up from 10 minutes time for when the team sheet is announced, but I expect to see him on the bench, judging by what they said. But I suppose the biggest thing now is how does that attacking formation set up, and how are we going to look at that today? I'm reluctant to even try and name what he's going to do, because I think it's very possible he could start with either Carney or Philogene Bidace today. Possibly Philogene Bidace and Carney miss out because Buendia plays through the middle. But we're not too far off finding out what it's going to be. But I suppose the big news today is, and no great shock, that Tyrone Mings has been named as our captain. And good luck to him. He deserves it. He's a natural born leader, and we've built him to be one of our own. So I'm delighted for him, and may he do well this season.
Yeah,
maybe even lift a trophy.
Maybe so. Mings captain, John McGinn vice captain. No real surprises there. I think people saw that one coming, but still, it's nice to know. And that one has been put to bed, and we move on into the era of Tyrone Mings as captain for Aston Villa. Let's have a little look. I think you're right, Paddy, there. Just scrolling down through some of the comments. I think you're right with regards to, I think Carney might start today. I think Buendia might start on the right, cutting in. I don't think Bertrand Traore is ready yet. Potentially, there was talks that he had some sort of a knock as well. And I think we'll see Anwar on the left with Danny Ings through the middle. So might see Carney then in that number 10 position, and Buendia coming in off the right just stay in a more familiar position for him. But look, this is exciting. This team sheet tantrum is actually going to be exciting today, because we're full of beans of life, I think, and we're playing against a Watford team who are going to be down. They're not going to have Josh King, who they signed. They're not going to have their other striker, João Pedro, I think his name is. Not going to have him. Both of them are injured, and they've got quite a lot of injuries this coming into this game as well. So they're in a state of flux with regards to with regards to some of their squad as well. But it's going to be really, really interesting, and we're only about 3 minutes away from when the teams are announced. So let's just take a couple of comments there from some of you wonderful people that are watching. Thank you so much to everybody who is watching and have messaged us and said they can't wait for the Teamsheet Tantrum to come in. Arsenal meltdown merchants already melting down. Yeah, we don't really want to go into that because we could be saying the same thing about ourselves in 2 hours time. I don't envisage it, but yeah, that was a bit of an Arsenal-esque performance last night. It wasn't fun if you are an Arsenal fan. Stuart, excitement is building now, tucked up in bed over here in New Zealand, up the villa. Excellent. We've got New Zealand in the house. That's fantastic. Great to see. 4-1. Are you predicting 4-1? Oh, Leeds United is 4-1 already. Oh, Jesus.
5-1, I think.
Is it gone 5-1 already? Oh well.
Good job, Bielsa, signing a new contract.
Good job, yeah, exactly. In fairness, I did like what they did when they just had a picture of the contract on top of the bucket, and the contract was signed because that was funny. I did think that was funny. Dara says, yes, Dara, I did. I tipped Man United -1 this morning in a WhatsApp message. I should have tipped Man United -4 by the looks of things. It's the way things are going. I'd be a rich man if I did that. Let's see there. So. Oh, we've got Stuart here. Stuart is saying a brace from Ings on his debut. Very well could be the case, Paddy. I think that Ings is going to be up for this. I love the way he spoke about. Now, look, I know every new player that comes into a club speaks glowingly about that club, but I love the way he spoke about it, and he seemed genuinely excited about the project. Danny Ings, sure to get a start today.
I think so, especially with Watkins ruled out. So I think we'll be looking at Danny Ings leading the line on his own. I think the interesting part and what we've got to worry about is what happens in behind them now over the next couple of minutes.
My dog is going to go absolutely spare in a minute, so if anybody hears a dog barking, I do apologize. There's talks. There it is. There's talks. So McGinn and Nakamba potentially. Yeah, my dog absolutely loves that. McGinn and Nakamba to hold down the midfield. I think that's probably what we will see in there. And you know, if they're half of it as enthusiastic as my dog is, then you know, we should be up to good things there in the middle of the park. Bambers also says El Ghazi Buendia in Philippine Bedes. I wouldn't be disappointed with that at all. I actually really do think it's JPB or Carney will get a start today, and or at least see decent game time today, because you know, I think this game sets up nicely for it. Absolutely sets up nicely for it. Although Villain 1985 says Ramsey ahead of Chuck or Bedes. Just completely forgotten about Jacob Ramsey actually as we were speaking, and you know, he's someone that Dean Smith has put his hopes and dreams in as well for a lot of last season.
Yeah, I that could very easily be the case today. You know, I was only basing what I said on my prediction on what's happened in pre-season, and Ramsey didn't seem to see an awful lot compared to the others. I could be completely wrong with that, but that's just my general feeling on it. You know, we're going to find out now in a minute or so it'll be interesting to see what way he goes with. But it's going to be it's only going to be the top half of the pitch is interesting. The back four picks itself, it will be McGinn, it will be Nakamba, it will be Emi Martinez, but after that it depends. And we probably won't even realised where we're at until the team goes out on the pitch and how they're lined up.
Yeah, absolutely. Villa social media are a bit like ourselves this morning, and they're a couple of minutes late. This isn't Don Aston Villa. Smith out. You can't even decide the team on time. Smith out. I'm turned completely. I'm feverishly refreshing Twitter here to see if we've got any team yet. Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be up there yet. I'll let you on the on the Twitter duty, Paddy, and you roar when it's there, and we'll pop it up on the screen.
Well.
Philip, great to see you on the way to Buskers and the Ball for the first time in 18 months. Can't wait.
Brilliant.
Anybody who's a Villa fan in Dublin should get themselves down to Buskers and the Ball to watch Villa with the Irish, with the Leinster Supporters Club. Great crowd. I'm sure they're going to absolutely rock it today, and hopefully it's a win for you guys there too. Yeah, Rob, I love this. Got to score at least 5 to go top. Yeah. I think it can be done. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Absolutely. Why not? Okay, we have team news, and I see people are chatting it there in the chat already. It seems like we've got, we might have some news on. I did say that a young player would start. That we would see some young blood in there. I'll tell you something. Aston for the Twitter still hasn't loaded for me yet.
Or me.
Yeah, you don't have it up on Twitter yet. The app is in, all right. Yeah, but that's no good to us here because we can't put it up on screen. Come on, Twitter. Come on, social media. So it looks like, guys, Agazi on the right, Buendia behind things. Young is going to start on the left. And you know what? I'm not one bit surprised with that either, actually, just as much as we were talking about it there, completely neglected. Look, isn't that great? We have options. We have so many options, Paddy. We forgot about Jacob Ramsey. We forgot about Ashley Young. Isn't that a fantastic position?
I think we just weren't expecting to see him. That's the.
Well, I forgot all about Ashley Young, the potential that he could play in that left forward role, considering that's where he played against Salernitana, whatever they're called, that Italian team.
So what are we doing with Anwar Ghazi here today?
Ghazi on the right.
Okay.
Why not?
Is it El Ghazi through the middle?
Maybe.
We're Buendia on the right. It's a strange one. We'd hardly have Ashley Young on the right, would we?
No, I wouldn't say so. I'd say Ashley Young on the left and El Ghazi on the right. Come on, Villa Twitter, so that we can talk about the bloody.
Okay, well, I call out the team.
Do call out. Well, the team, I don't think the rest of it is going to be much of a surprise. I think that's really what we were looking for. But go for it. So I presume it's Martinez and goals, Cash, Konza, target.
Cash, Konza, Mings, target, yeah. Then John McGinn, Nakamba, Ashley Young, Emi Buendia, Anwar El Ghazi, and Danny Ings.
Yeah,
On the bench, we've Tuanzebe, Bertrand Traore, Carney, Courtney House, Jed Steer, Leon Bailey, Wesley, Jacob Ramsey, and Jaden Philogene-Bidace.
Do we only name 7 subs?
No, I called out
9. There should be 9. That's maybe I missed 2 at the
start. 9. Axel Tuanzebe, Bertrand Traore, Carney Chukwuemeka, Courtney House, Jed Steer, Leon Bailey, Wesley, Jacob Ramsey, and Jaden Philogene-Bidace.
Yeah, let's go for it. I think we're going to win. I'm going to put my neck out there, and I think we're going to win, lads, as an Aston Villa fan, and no one can tell me otherwise. Ollie not in the squad says so. Yeah. Well, they said they weren't even going to risk him from the bench if he had bruised knee. He'll be fine for the next few games. I don't think it's going to be any issue. They said
it's great that we can do that. Like last year, we probably would have risked him, which is, and we wouldn't have heard anything about it, but he wouldn't have been risked. But look, it's a good side. It'll be interesting to see where Ashley Young fits into it, and that's the most exciting decision for me today, because I honestly wasn't expecting to see him start. So, yeah, very interesting. We
have the Watford team. If I get rid of our names here so that they don't obscure this Watford team. So the Watford team is in. It's Bachmann and goals. Cathcart, Trusikong, Kabasele, Massina, Cleverly coming back to are going to be facing a team he's quite familiar with, and he's captain as well. I didn't know he was captain. Would never really have had him down as captain material, but maybe he's matured an awful lot since his times at United and at Villa. Atibo, Kuka, Sar, Ishmael Sar, Dennis, and Sema. Not a lot of, like, obviously Ishmael Sarr is going to be big danger there as well. I know that guy Dennis as well that they have up there as well is quite good. I presume I've got a funny feeling they're going to keep this really tight in the middle. I thought they would have had somebody. Well, it looks like Phil or Will Hughes isn't even in the squad for them either. I thought they would have gone maybe with a bit more steel in there, and maybe with Dan Gosling, Will Hughes there, but Hughes isn't even in the squad. Gosling is there. Danny Rose on the bench as well after
Deeney.
joining them.
Most of
Deeney.
the household names are on the bench, which is great. Although on the other hand, it's the ability to spring them from the bench. Not that the likes of Danny Rose and Dan Gosling will change a game, but Troy Deeney always loves to play against us. So hopefully the game is put to bed before we see him.
Troy Deeney's is washed at this stage. I'm going to say it. He's washed up at this stage, guys. He's 33 years of age. He's got a knee that's made of popcorn, and he could barely get through a championship season last year. You know, if we bring him on, you know, just go through the back of him, Ezri Konsa, and let him go off to TalkSport and be a prick on TalkSport all he wants. Because Troy Deeney's nothing. And look, if he scores against us today, I still hold the view that Troy Deeney is nothing. And look,
I just say, I really like that shirt. I don't know what it is about it. I just really like
it looks like tire marks across the front of it, and I hope that's going to be us just tearing across it this morning. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad though. I don't mind it. Kelme it's I wonder. I'd imagine they're the first. It is Kelme, is it?
It's Kelme, yeah.
Oh, eyesight is failing. Yeah, I imagine they're the first Premier League team ever to wear Kelme. Yeah. And when someone answer me this as well, does anyone know anything about Watford? Why do they have a moose's head on their badge, and they're called the Hornets? Am I missing something there?
I don't know. I never even noticed it was a moose's head, to be honest.
It's a moose's head. Yeah, their badge is a moose's head. I'm not sure. Or a deer. I'm sure they'd say it's a deer or an elk or something. I'm going to call it a moose because it's the funnier sounding animal. But anyway, that's beside the point. No, as I say, look, we have to be wary of Watford. We really do. You know, they performed really well in the championship last season. You know, we don't have any right to go in there and steamroll them in Vicarage Road. Fans back. Fans going to be in their stadium for the first time in a long time. So it's something that we can't take for granted. But it's they are a team that we would hope to be beating, and in any of the preseason preambles that I've done so far, I think one of the biggest things that came out of it was, you know, last year, yes, we had the great results against the Arsenals, against Chelsea's, against Leicester, Liverpool, but you got to beat teams below you and around you. And if Aston Villa 2.0 without Jack Grealish are going to do that, today is no better day to do it. Arsenal couldn't do it yet last night against Brentford. So, you know, we don't have any divine right to be cocky and go into this game thinking it's going to be a walk in the park. I do think we're going to win, and I'm going to put my neck in the block and I'm going to say we're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win, and we're going to score 2 goals. Whether it's 2-1 or 2-0, I'm not too sure whether we'll concede, but I'm quite confident that we're going to win this game, and I think that we will be seeing the name of a certain Daniel Ings at the end of this game. And wondering where, Ashley Young was on the left. Will Ollie Watkins be on the left the next day? You know, and it's going to be a great problem to have.
I'm going to go 2-0. Danny Ings to score both and a clean sheet for Emi Martinez. I think they look a bit toothless now looking at that team sheet. So might come back and bite me on the arse. It tends to, but I expect a clean sheet today and hopefully 2 goals. And
well done to the Aston Villa Twitter team, because the second I pressed the X on Twitter, they went and put up the bloody team so that we could see it. If that's the only thing I have to give out about Aston Villa for today, it'll be an absolutely brilliant day. Absolutely brilliant day. Anyone know what the score is in the Leeds match? Is it still 5-1? It seems to be. Just while I'm getting up the team. Here we go.
Still 5-1, still 5-1.
Excellent.
Interesting. There's a comment in there from my mate Delboy, who reckons the badge is a representation of where they are located in Hertfordshire. So it's obviously the animal of wherever is close by, I would imagine, from that. Him that living in London might know that, all right?
Stuart Cowley, thank you so much. You're a legend.
Oh, wow.
We will continue to keep up the good work. I really, really appreciate that, Stuart. Thanks a million, man. I didn't even know that function was turned on, but you found it, and I like it. Thanks, Stuart.
Great stuff.
Excellent. Let's have a look. Actually, let's have a look at a couple of more comments there. poetic Mick. I'm going to butcher a few names here now. 2-0 Villa. Yeah, it seems to be a common enough scoreline, I think, but absolutely, it's something that I think will happen as well here. Somebody was saying there, Blobman says that Louis Barry starts for Ipswich today. One to have a little side eye on as well during the game, because he was taken off during the week in the Carabao Cup. But I'm not really too worried about how many goals he scores for Ipswich this year. I think it's just all about getting used to playing in that league. And the more he starts, the more they must like him. And the more they must like him, the more opportunities he's going to get. So
there's no side eye today, Neil. The most important match is happening in Vicarage Road. We can have a look at the rest of it later on.
Paddy, when we're 8-0 up, we'll be able to look. Just turn on, go to the dodgy box, turn on Ipswich. I mean, go to the less than legal stream or whatever you've got. I'm not 100% sure. Adam, this is. Do you know what? I'm okay with this opinion that it is a bit conservative, and you would like to see JPP get a start. I completely, there's a lot of me that agrees with that as well, and but I can understand the conservatism from the starting lineup in the fact that Dean Smith is probably looking at this and going, we need to get out of here without losing, I suppose, and more than likely get out here with a win, and playing somebody like Ashley Young to help up there and to maybe kind of pull the strings together from, like, because remember, we've got a striker who's only played a week and a day with the rest of these players. We've Buendia, who is injured, who's just coming into the club new as well. We've got an El Ghazi who we tend to know kind of goes missing from time to time, so I think maybe an Ashley Young might just be a small bit of experienced head up there, comes in, marshals it from the top.
Something interesting there about on the team sheet, it says A Young, which obviously means that Brad Young is considered part of the squad, because I don't think we have any other Young there. So he's obviously been awarded a short number for this season. So that's interesting. There
was a list of squad numbers posted this morning, and it was just really confirming Leon Bailey's going to be 31. But there was a couple of kids named there as well. Actually, the young goalkeeper that's playing for the under-18s at the moment, not having he's not exactly having a bad game, but the under-18s aren't having exactly the best game ever. They were down 4-1 the last I watched. He got a squad number. There was a couple of actual under-18s that actually got squad numbers too. No, it was Zayek. I think his name is. Yeah, he got a squad number. But no, interesting. But Brad Young actually played very well for the under-23s last night. He got a goal, got 2 goals, I think, and he played really, really well. But Aaron Ramsey was brilliant, and Tim Ogden something can't remember how to pronounce his name. He was fantastic yesterday, I thought, in the middle of midfield, big massive presence, and I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see him get a squad number and to maybe play a cup game or 2 for Villa this season should they go further in the Carabao Cup. Darryl puts up a point here. Begin playing in a deeper position. He's not a defensive midfielder. That's why we've Nakamba and Louise has the shackles on this season. I don't like seeing McGinn with the shackles on, but I think this is very much a case of until we sign somebody new, if we sign somebody new, and until Douglas Luiz comes back, we don't really have anyone else to put in there. And I wouldn't really trust the Jacob Ramsey in that position in this game. So what do you think of that, Paddy?
I think the two of them will play kind of deep and let what's in front of them kind of off the leash. That's the way I see it happening. I think it was the Stoke game, or no, it was the Italian team. McGinn played very deep. It's impossible to say until we've nothing to base it on, only a few training games. So it'll be interesting, but I do envisage that McGinn and Nakamba will sit deep today.
Interesting from Adam again. Will be interesting to see our set pieces. Could be another reason why Young starts. I don't see any other free kick taker in that team.
Yeah,
our corner kick taker.
John McGinn was taking them on the right hand side last week, so
I don't see any other corner kick taker in the team.
Yeah.
Buendia, maybe. I don't know. Does he take set pieces? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But and Lee Smith says that the stage is set for Buendia. He must be licking his lips. And why not? I think that's. I think that he's going to. He's going to prosper, I think, in this team. I'm really looking forward to seeing him. I think everybody. I think looking at that team, that's who everybody's looking forward to seeing. Because yes, you can look forward for Danny Ings all you want, but like Buendia is going to pull the strings in there. You would hope.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm licking my lips waiting to watch him play. I'm just so looking forward to seeing him play and seeing what he has to offer on this now the biggest stage that we'll have seen him on. The stage is set for him. These are the teams that we need to go and beat well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him rip them apart.
I'm thinking, judging on this lineup here, that we're going to play 6 and 2-8. The more I think about it now with Buendia, thinking back to the Bristol game, I don't think Buendia is going to play in that 10 position. I think he's going to drop into a kind of a position there alongside McGinn, with Nakamba holding back there. But I think obviously Buendia will be given freedom to go forward, and I think the two guys will be in there for their press. I think we'll probably see Young and El Ghazi pulled in a small bit more. Like, they're not going to be touchline huggers, I don't think. I think they'll put in a small bit more. Buendia will be given the license to go forward towards up towards Ings, all right. But I think more so we will see him in and around the centre circle, try to pick the ball up and carry it from there, so that we'll have El Ghazi able to carry the ball on the right, Young able to carry the ball on the left, and Buendia able to carry the ball through the centre. And that's something we were missing last year. We couldn't carry the ball through the centre for love nor money. And I think this is potentially a reason why he might be in there as well, and why having him in there might be another reason for us to be excited about him today. It's coming up to 2:20, and we want to give you guys time to get ready and get your beverages sorted before the game. Maybe cook a small bit of food if you're cooking something. Or for Stuart, who is in bed, maybe just we'll give you a chance to get yourself sorted before the game starts. But
Del Boy is not happy that I haven't mentioned Mike Dean.
I was just putting it up. I was going to finish on it. Paddy, give us a quick comment on Mike Dean in 15,000 words or less. Can you give us a quick comment?
Well, I'm going to make a prediction that today is not the day to see Mike Dean at his arrogant worst. I think we'll go and win the game, and we won't have to worry about him. I don't like him as a referee. I don't like his inability to engage with players. He's very arrogant from my point of view. So I honestly don't think we're going to have to worry about him today, unless Emi Buendia decides today is the day to lose his shit. But we'll see.
I must say as well, I think look, we're 2 games into the Premier League season, but I think it's worth noting that both of those games, the referees have let games flow. VAR, I don't think VAR has been involved in the Premier League yet. Well, not that I've seen. Didn't see it last night. Didn't see it today.
It should have been involved last night, because the second goal was awful. And if that's what they're going to do, you're giving carte blanche for a centre forward to go and wrap his arms around a goalkeeper, because that's exactly what happened last night. And again, Steve Wonder is still on VAR, and that's an issue for us going forward. So, it'll take a couple of weeks for this to settle down to whatever new way they're going to look at this. It was interesting to see as well. Mike Riley was at the game last night. You don't normally see him sitting in the crowd, but I think this is make or break season for Mike Riley. If this doesn't sort itself out, it's time for P45 for him. I would have given it to him last year, but he's one last chance he's been given, so he better take it.
If he didn't get it after the Man City Villa fiasco last year, I don't think he's going to get it this year. I think it's one of those positions whereby until he decides he doesn't want it. So, and that's, look, we can do stuff like that. Last question for you, Paddy, comes from Alan. Who do you fancy getting Villa's first goal of the season?
Oh, Danny Ings. That'll be my bet today. 2-0 win, Danny Ings with the first goal.
I think the fourth of El Ghazi 8,000 shots he's going to have today is going to go in, and I'm going to have Anwar El Ghazi just to be completely different. Because
we take Anwar El Ghazi to take 4 shots before we score our first one, but you never know.
Well, he could have 4 shots in the first 5 minutes, Paddy. You never know with Anwar El Ghazi. Like, that's the thing. So, guys, I think we're going to leave it at that. It's coming, as I say, it's 20 past the hour. Game is on in 40 minutes, so give you time to get settled. Thank you so much to absolutely everybody who's watching. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much to everybody. Thank you, Stuart, for watching in New Zealand once again. Really, really appreciate that little donation, super chat there was really, really, really nice of you. Everybody, wish you all the best for the rest of the day. Wish you all the best for the rest of the weekend. But mostly, we wish Aston Villa have a thumping win in Vicarage Road for the first time in a long time today. So get yourself set, get yourselves ready. And all that's left to really say, at this stage, it's up to Villa.
Up to Villa.